I'm Paul Llewellyn, and welcome to Rainmakers, where we share the stories of those making a difference in their communities. On today's show, we are thrilled to welcome George Cho, an inspiring naturopathic doctor and clinical director whose journey into health and wellness began with the profound influence of his late mother. Him and his brother's remarkable story is a testament to the power of dedication, resilience, and the impact of a mother's love. Welcome to Rainmakers, George. It's a pleasure to have you on our show today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate being on here.
Can you please tell us your name and a little bit about yourself, including the role at Paradise Health Clinic and how long you've been involved in this work?
So my name is George. I'm one of the naturopathic doctors at the Paradise Health Clinic in Newmarket, and we opened up this new clinic just last year. And so since then, we've been serving the community of
Excellent.
Newmarket.
So is it, it's a new market? Are you in an industrial area? Are you in a housing area?
We're near the main business hub
Okay,
of Newmarket. Yeah.
excellent. How did Paradise Health Clinic start and what inspired you to begin this journey?
So Paradise Health Clinic is basically a joint initiative of various entities,
Hmm.
health professionals, and there's a farm in Hamilton owned by an individual who had a vision also to promote health, and then also the Adventist Church in Canada, uh, different levels of the church, the Ontario Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, the Canadian Union,
Hmm.
the within the Seventh-day Adventist Church, they all came together with the vision of having a what we're calling a center of influence,
Mm.
a health center where we're promoting health principles to help the community, but also at the same time to demonstrate Jesus' love to the people of Newmarket.
Well, that's great to hear. I love hearing about those programs, but especially about centers of influence where we can have an influence in the community.
Okay.
How does Paradise Health Clinic operate on a weekly basis to support the community?
So during the week, we do various health programs. There's doctor's consults, nutrition consults. We have psychotherapy as well, and massage therapy. We run different programs like weight loss programs,
Mhm.
different classes like cooking classes, seminars like lunch with the doctor, brunch with the doctor, love is medicine. And then on Saturday, we what we call Sabbath, we have church
Mm.
at the center of influence, so that people can come and experience a Sabbath with our team there.
Can you share a story of someone whose life was changed for the better through your ministry?
At the clinic, we see many lives that are changed, but one particular individual that comes to mind is an individual named Pat. That's not her real name, but I'll call her Pat. She's a patient at the clinic, and she came mainly for weight loss. Weight loss is a big part of what we do at the clinic.
Mhm.
So she joined our weight loss program, and it's a 2-month program where we teach people making lifestyle changes to
Mm.
promote healthy weight management. And so she went through the program and she lost over 20 pounds
Wow.
in 2 months. So,
Hmm.
and the wonderful thing is that she's been able to maintain that weight loss, and she actually continues on a weight loss journey. But through the clinic, she got more than just changes in her physical health. She attended some of our seminars as well. So we did a Love is Medicine program
Hmm.
with It Is Written Canada. They came and they did a Love is Medicine program, basically where we teach people how to have healthy relationships. So
Nice.
she came to that seminar. She also came to a seminar we did on the blue zones, basically how to live a
Hmm.
healthy, long life. And then from there, she came to our prophecy seminar. So the church that's connected with the clinic, we held a prophecy seminar with Bill Santos,
Oh, wow.
and she came. She is not a Seventh-day Adventist,
Yeah.
and she came to most of the meetings where we talked about, you know, current events in the light of biblical prophecy. And from there, now she's actually doing Sabbath school
Oh,
at the
wow.
Newmarket Church.
Fantastic.
So that I think her experience really encapsulates kind of what we want people to experience at our clinic, which is not just physical health, which
Hmm.
they will get if they follow the health principles, but also we believe that preparing for eternity is really the main goal, right? And so we can see that she's really on this journey, not physically but also spiritually as well. So
Hmm.
I think that's one story that really demonstrates kind of the goal of what the clinic wants to accomplish. Yeah,
So your outreach to the community helps people in their health,
correct.
but the ultimate goal is to help them with their spiritual health.
Correct. I think it's part of it, right?
Hmm.
As humans, we are physical, mental, spiritual, and so
Hmm.
to neglect the spiritual, I think, is missing 1/3 of your
Yeah.
health, right? So, and we believe at the clinic that it's not only just this life, but there's
Hmm.
another life as well,
Yeah.
the future life, and we can be really healthy in this life for 80, 90, even maybe 100 years,
Hmm.
but there's an eternity that God wants us to have. And so our goal is that through the love and the results they experience at the clinic, that they can have we can raise an interest,
Yeah.
awaken an interest in them for maybe think about the future life. And Pat is an example of that.
Tell me a little bit about 1 Week in Paradise.
Yeah, so 1 week in paradise is a 8 day, we call it a lifestyle immersion program.
Hmm.
Basically, people are immersing themselves in a healthy lifestyle.
Hmm.
So we go up to a retreat center owned by the Ontario Conference of Seventh-day Adventists called Camp Frenda, which is in the Muskokas, right by the lake there. Absolutely beautiful. And for 8 days, basically, people
Hmm.
are experiencing what an optimal lifestyle could be like. So it's right in nature. So you got that component. Then there's healthy plant-based nutrition, daily exercise classes, various educational seminars, cooking classes, and then various therapies like hydrotherapy
Hmm.
and massage therapy. We have also spiritual components as well, devotionals in the morning, and spiritual counseling, psychological counseling. But basically, our goal with 1 Week in Paradise is to really help people really jumpstart their
Hmm.
health journey. Some people, they need to be just taken out of their environment and
Right.
they need to really taste and see something better. And that's the goal of 1 Week in Paradise. So we have people with a wide range of health conditions, from cancer all the way to depression and
Hmm.
everything in between. And they're there to experience, taste the benefits of lifestyle medicine. And that's what we're there for. And hopefully, as well, we want to demonstrate to them God's love,
Hmm.
which many of them do experience as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people out there that are living toxic lives.
that's right.
What they're eating, what they're drinking, what they're smoking, and things
That's
like
right.
that. And so you do an intensive course
That's right.
for 8 days that
Yeah,
transforms them. And I was just talking to Mike Lemon, who came back from one
that's
week in
right.
paradise, telling me the transformation that happened in the people spiritually
Yeah,
when they came. They just opened up
yeah,
throughout the 8 days that they were there for. And I actually have come up and to visit you
that's right.
at
Yeah,
that time, and it's a remarkable program. If anybody has an opportunity to attend 1 Week in Paradise, and a lot of my friends have, and it's changed their lives. So thank you for
yeah,
doing that. I really
yeah.
appreciate that. Is there another story that stands out to you from 1 Week in Paradise?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, but even just this past, the one that we just finished,
Hmm.
we had a young woman, a young mom. I'll call her Mary. That's not her real name, but I'll call her Mary. She was a patient first at the clinic in Newmarket,
Hmm.
and she was there for weight loss issues and also for depression, anxiety. She's actually going through divorce,
Hmm.
so there's a lot of that whole those issues there. And so the Newmarket Church, we decided every time we do 1 Week in Paradise, the Newmarket Church group sponsors an individual to go
Beautiful,
to 1 Week in
wonderful.
Paradise. So we decided, and the criteria is that the person is not an Adventist. So we
Hmm.
sponsor a non-Adventist to go. And so this individual, we sponsored her to go. She came to our most recent one,
Hmm.
and she was just absolutely loving it. And she really enjoyed it. At the end of the program, everyone shares something that they got out of it, and what she shared was just was really moving. She said, um, "Before I came here, I didn't know who I was.
Mm.
Here at the program, I discovered who I am, and I realized that I am a child of God." It
Wonderful.
was, and
Yes.
there was a lot of tears and all that, but
Yeah.
that really stood out to me, and that encapsulates the purpose of
Hmm.
1 Week in Paradise, which is teaching people how to be physically healthy, but also for them to encounter God in the process as well.
And they stay connected through the Newmarket center of influence that you
Correct.
have.
She was at the clinic just yesterday.
Yeah.
So, well, we hope that she'll continue the journey.
Have you faced challenges in your work? And then also, how did you overcome those challenges?
So, one of the big challenges clinically is that people um, they have a hard time making changes, right?
Hmm.
Lifestyle medicine demands people make big changes in their life.
Hmm.
Uh, it's not as simple as just taking a medication, or people have to really be proactive. And so that's one challenge that we face constantly is people making the changes.
Hmm.
We have to motivate people to find something within them that uh, that kind of sparks them to really make these changes. That's a challenge, and uh, but we're finding different ways in the clinic to do that. Group programs, different support group programs seem to be really helpful.
Hmm.
Also, I think the spiritual component is helpful too. Sometimes when people can't find within themselves, they can also often find help from God, right?
Wonderful.
So I think that's one challenge.
Hmm.
When we started the clinic, obviously the challenge was, where do you find all the resources, to start a clinic,
Hmm.
all the funding and all that. And I think the clinic is a wonderful testament to God's goodness and His faithfulness. He connected us with the right individuals who had the funds. The church, we're so grateful for the support
Hmm.
of the Seventh Adventist Church in Canada, the Ontario Conference, and God placed the same vision in everyone's heart, and He brought them all together. So I think the clinic is an example of when we have a vision in mind that God can make it happen as long as it's aligned with God's plans, right?
Right.
So
And I'm praying that it grows and the resources that are there continue to support the people that are coming there, because it sounds like you are changing lives at a very deep level, and it's just not
mhm,
just, you give somebody some good news. You're helping them live better.
yeah,
You're helping them lose weight. You're helping them stop some of their addictions that they might have,
right,
and
right,
that's encouraging. But most importantly, you're introducing Jesus to them
yeah,
through the whole process.
yeah,
And you are there to support them every step of the way, because as Christians, we need to be there to support people.
that's right,
And when they're going through a lifestyle change, it's best to have that support.
yeah.
Can you describe a moment when you felt God's presence guiding or supporting you while serving others?
You know, there we know we at the clinic all the clinicians we are encouraged to pray
Hmm.
with people who are open. Not everyone's open, but those who are, and it's during those moments that you feel that God is very near. One example I can think of is an individual who came from Saudi Arabia, and the individual had late stage cancer.
Mm.
It was all over the place, and the individual wasn't doing well. Chemo and radiation, despite all those methods, he wasn't getting better.
Hmm.
And his sister was a Seventh-day Adventist who attends the church. She's also a pharmacist who's affiliated with the clinic. And so they've been. He came from Saudi Arabia to the sister's home to be, so that he can basically live with them
Hmm.
and with the hopes of getting better. Unfortunately, it was progressing. It was. I remember he was admitted to South Lake, and the clinic, we tried to do all the best we can, but unfortunately, the disease was too far gone at this point. But I remember one evening, I got a call saying that the patient wanted to see me, so we went to the hospital, and there, he was in the intensive care, and he said that the sister called me and said, the so and so, my brother wants to specifically ask for to see you, and so we went there. And I remember he said, "Doc, I want to get baptized."
Wow.
He's not a Seventh-day Adventist,
Yeah.
and I felt God was very near at that time. And he said, because he was attending church as well. They'd bring him to church, and
Mm.
he said, before I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to do it for the wrong reasons. But now I feel that now I want to get baptized. But of
Mm.
course, he's in the ICU, so I mean,
Yeah.
but I prayed with him, and he went to sleep. The next thing, he never woke up. That was that
Wow.
was a that was basically his last wish
Yeah.
was to get baptized. And I felt God was very near at that time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, just imagine that he's going to open his eyes one day when Jesus is returning, and I think he's going to go look and go, wow. But because of what you were doing through his sister and through the clinic, um, he has that promise of eternal life, and he rests right now.
That's right. I think, you know, this world is complex, diseases are
Hmm.
complex, and God often uses natural remedies and lifestyle medicine to radically heal people, which we've
Yeah,
seen. But sometimes that doesn't happen.
yeah.
But what I think the most important thing is for people to know God and to
Yeah.
be ready for that next life. I
Hmm.
think that's the most important thing. And sometimes God uses the lifestyle medicine to prolong someone's life so that he can get their attention
Yeah.
and be ready for the next. Because that's really what's important. In this life,
Right.
we have 80 years, 70 years, or 100 years. But then
Hmm.
what matters is after that, right?
Yeah.
So I think, as you said, he is ready for the next life. Yeah.
What motivates you to continue serving others? And I want you to incorporate a little bit of how your mother impacted
Hmm.
that in you.
Yeah. Partly what motivates me is, yeah, is the experience of my mother, right? So
Hmm.
she came here and then married my father. They're immigrants from Korea.
Hmm.
And like, many immigrants, everything in Canada is better, right? Including the food,
Hmm.
right? Of course, it's not always better here, but that's the kind of the mindset. And so they adopted the standard Canadian diet,
Hmm.
and my father eventually ended up owning a convenience store, and the lifestyle wasn't very healthy, right?
Hmm.
And so my mother was sick, had some gut issues and stuff like that. And one day, a Seventh Day Adventist canvasser came to our home, selling books. And we weren't Seventh Day Adventists. We were nominal Presbyterians at this point.
Hmm.
And he came and he his goal was to sell a book. But after they got into conversation, he started to share with my mother about these health principles
Hmm.
that Seventh Day Adventists have. A plant-based diet, not snacking, and
Hmm.
drinking more water, avoiding these other unhealthy foods. And through that, my mom got better,
Wow. Praise the
and
Lord.
she started to implement those changes with our with her children, my
Hmm.
brother, my sister, and that influence really kind of carried us through, throughout our life. We were also not eating very healthy as well, so I'm grateful for what the Seventh Day Adventist health message has done
Hmm.
in my personal life, because the way we're going, I would not be like this today for
Mm.
sure, almost guaranteed. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Incredible to see how God led through
Yeah,
just somebody selling books
correct. Yeah,
and
yeah,
going into the store or the house and then
yeah,
transforming the whole family. And now you're here today. You and your brother are very involved into the lifestyle ministry that you have.
yeah. We also, my mother, uh, through the influence of the Seventh Day Adventists, my mother got us books by Ellen White,
Hmm.
who's a Seventh Day Adventist author, and she wrote extensively about health.
Yeah.
I remember as a teenager reading those books. I was only 14 years old.
Hmm.
I was reading those books. There was a book specifically, is counsels on diet and
Hmm.
foods. It's just a compilation of different things on health. And I just remember reading it. I was like, and even in my young mind, I was like, wow, this is credible.
Hmm.
This is really credible. Then there was a Seventh Day Adventist health professional named Hans Dio, and
Yes.
he wrote a book with another doctor, and it was like health by choice, not by chance.
Hmm.
I remember reading that. I was like, whoa, this makes sense, right? The
Hmm.
things I learned from my mom, this is credible, and so that really set the foundation, those different experiences. Yeah,
Excellent. Love
yeah,
to see God's leading
yeah.
in people's lives
Hmm.
to bring them to a healthier lifestyle, but also help others. And now you help others. You help many others through the clinic and also through One Week in Paradise. What role do you think faith-based communities should be playing in addressing health and social issues?
uh as Christians, we have the example of Jesus,
Hmm.
and Jesus, when you look in the Gospels, he spent more time healing than preaching. Jesus was primarily a healer.
Yeah.
So I think that's an example for us as Christians. that we need to be meeting people's needs, and then that opens up their hearts for the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just preaching the gospel itself, though it's powerful, is absolutely necessary, but sometimes people's hearts are closed.
Yeah.
But when you meet their physical needs, it opens their heart up.
Mm.
And I think, as specifically as a Seventh-day Adventist, I believe that our health message is particularly powerful, and now it's backed by science. I think more people need to hear about it. So I think Christians and Seventh-day Adventists in particular, we should be doing more to promote
Mm-hmm.
health in the community, is what people need. But also, like I said, we have a longer eternal perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, people, they think they just want to be healthy for, like, their life, during their short lifespan. They think, oh, there's nothing else, there's nothing more to this. But we know that's not true.
Right.
And so we have even that more eternal perspective. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
really the difference that we bring as well. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
Mhm.
What does the future hold for Paradise Health Clinic?
What we want to see is Paradise Health Clinic to, at least more clinics like Paradise Health,
Mm.
to be in every city in Canada.
Yeah.
That's our vision, to have all these, at least in all the major cities,
Mm-hmm.
and to have something like One Week in Paradise, these little lifestyle centers where people can come for a retreat.
Mm-hmm.
More of them, outside every major city. Therefore, establishing like an Adventist healthcare system, if you will,
Right.
across Ontario at least,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe in Canada, who knows? But I think that's kind of the vision. Clinic and lifestyle center working together with the local churches, that trifecta,
Mm-hmm.
creating a health system across Ontario and Canada.
I think it's needed in
Yeah,
today's world with all the health issues that we have. We need more of these clinics.
yeah,
So as we brand them across Canada, and the 1 Week in Paradise, making those available so that
yeah.
people can have those intensive changes
Hmm.
away from their house into a place where the cooking's done for them,
Yeah,
massage therapies there, the counseling, and the Bible studies
that's
too
right.
are
Yeah,
there to help change and transform lives,
yeah,
not just for this earth, but for eternity
that's right.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
What would you say to viewers who may have been touched by your story and feel inspired to act? What is your message to them?
So if there's a young person who is thinking about being in the health field, and you're a Christian, you're faith based, I would encourage them to pursue that vision.
Mm-hmm.
But to put mission first,
Mm-hmm.
not prestige and money. I think that's the people
Mm-hmm.
that go into health field, like becoming, who want to be doctors and all that. They could be sucked in by those things, and those God can bless in those areas as well. But your primary mission as a Christian doctor or healthcare professionals is to prepare people for this life and also for the next life.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. If there's an individual who's listening who has a health challenge, I would encourage them to consider the benefits of lifestyle medicine.
Yeah.
That's a perspective that's growing, but still hasn't really gained as much traction as it should be in mainstream
Mm-hmm.
conventional medicine. We've seen people radically heal from various conditions through lifestyle medicine, and this could be hard, but when you keep at it, you will see the changes. So I want to encourage someone who is going through a health struggle to work on changing their lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
not just relying on pills, tablets, injections, and surgeries. These are all important,
Mm-hmm.
but lifestyle has to come first,
Yeah.
and you will see changes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So you're dealing with the root of the issues, not just
correct,
something that will cover it up, or a pill that might eliminate that, but might cause something else. You are
correct.
working at the root of the issue,
That's right.
which
Yeah,
is lifestyle, and,
that's
and
right.
transforming that. That's wonderful. Thank you for interviewing for Rainmakers, George. I really appreciate what you're doing and what your brother's doing, and the team that you have at the clinic, and also for 1 Week in Paradise,
Yeah,
because I have seen that. I have been there and to watch what's going on. I really appreciate your ministry, and I pray that God continues to bless you and that we multiply what you're doing throughout Canada. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah. We appreciate as well the support of the church in making this happen.
Have you been moved by this impactful story and feel inspired to help us continue bringing these impactful moments to life? Your support is essential for us to keep showcasing the volunteers making a difference. If you'd like to contribute to the production of Hope Channel Canada and its ministries, it's simple. Visit agentsofhope.ca, where you'll find various ways to donate. You can do it by debit, credit, Google Pay, Apple Pay, or send an e-transfer to Agents of Hope at hopetv.ca. Prefer mailing a check? Send it to Hope Channel Canada at 1148 King Street East, Oshawa, Ontario, L1H 1H8. For a more personal connection, call us at 1-855-4HOPE-TV. That's 1-855-446-7388. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hope Channel Canada, and click the notification bell so you never miss an episode. You can also watch the show on multiple platforms: hopetv.ca, cable TV, the Roku app, and the Hope Channel app. Are you looking for answers to life's most profound questions? Hope Study provides free online Bible courses that cover essential topics such as faith, love, hope, and discovering your purpose, all at your own pace and all from the comfort of your home. One of our standout courses is Why is there pain and suffering in this life? This tackles one of life's toughest questions and offers hope along with biblical insights. This study is designed to help you find meaning and understanding during challenging times. Signing up is easy and completely free at hopestudy.ca. Begin your journey today and feel free to share this valuable resource with anyone else seeking answers. Uncover life's answers. Visit hopestudy.ca now and start your journey.